grinding every day. Long hours, no backup, no accountability. That ends now. The Empower Solopreneur Mastermind gives you one simple advantage: a weekly power session that turns isolation into domination. Every Friday morning on Zoom, you'll get real coaching and real feedback to make real moves. Join a group of driven professionals in a program designed for solopreneurs and people working at home. Stop getting stuck. Start scaling. Seats are limited. Lock in yours today at modernobserver.com/empower-mastermind.
Australian kids banned from social media. Ukraine pushes back against giving up territory. A new discovery about mental illness and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Australia's first in the world social media ban for users under 16 is taking effect today, requiring platforms to deactivate more than 1 million accounts. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms must take reasonable steps to prevent underage users from creating or maintaining accounts, facing fines of up to $33 million for violations. The law, which Australian officials say will be the world's first domino, aims to protect children from addictive algorithms, cyberbullying, and online predators, with 77% of Australians supporting the measure. While the U.S. has no federal ban, at least 8 states have passed laws restricting children's access to social media, although many face court challenges on First Amendment grounds. Ukraine's President Zelensky flatly rejected any plan that requires Ukraine to give up territory to Russia, rebuffing a key element of Trump's proposed peace deal and signaling that Kiev won't bow to pressure from Washington or Moscow. While some provisions of the U.S.-backed plan have softened, Zelensky and European leaders insist that Putin cannot be allowed to redraw borders by force, a stance that could doom the proposal entirely. The U.S. Supreme Court weighed whether to scrap campaign finance limits. Following oral arguments yesterday, it wasn't totally clear how the Supreme Court will rule in a case over the legality of existing caps on how much political parties can spend on candidates. Challenging those caps is a group of Republicans that includes Vice President J.D. Vance, who was an Ohio Senate candidate when the dispute began. Experts say that allowing unlimited spending by parties would likely benefit Republicans, as it would neutralize Democrats' long-standing advantage with small-dollar contributions. That could save the GOP tens of millions during next year's midterms, per the New York Times. A ruling is expected by July. Scientists have uncovered a breakthrough link between severe mental illnesses and a single gene, GRIN2A. When this gene mutates, it disrupts the brain's communication system and sharply increases the risk of disorders like schizophrenia. In a study of 121 people, those carrying the mutation were far more likely to develop psychiatric symptoms, offering one of the clearest genetic explanations ever identified. The discovery challenges long-standing beliefs that mental illness always comes from a mix of many factors. Even more compelling, early research shows that an amino acid called L-serine may help correct the underlying brain signal problem, with patients showing dramatic improvements. While more testing is needed, this finding opens the door to something once thought impossible: targeted prevention and treatment based on a single powerful genetic clue. PepsiCo plans to cut prices and eliminate some of its products under a deal with an activist investor announced Monday. The company, which makes Cheetos, Tostitos, and other Frito-Lay products, as well as beverages, said it will cut nearly 20% of its product offerings by early next year. PepsiCo said it will use the savings to invest in marketing and improved value for consumers. It didn't disclose which products or how much it would cut prices. PepsiCo said it also plans to accelerate the introduction of new offerings with simpler and more functional ingredients, including Doritos Protein and Simply Naked Cheetos and Doritos, which contain no artificial flavors or colors. The company also recently introduced a prebiotic version of its signature cola. That's the Raw Naked Truth for December 10th, 2025. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.